in Connor Jeffers. So the first carry of the night for Tegan Hess. And the Cats following that big offensive line on the left side. It'll be set with second down and goal. Ball marked at the 7. Fiedler in the slot for the Wildcats. Snap back to Jeffers this time. Following that line again. Found a little gap. He's inside the 5. And we've got to see where that mark is. They're on the far end of the field from us. Inside the 2-yard line on that carry. Third and goal now for the Cats. 2 yards to go. This drive, big play was the breakaway by Johnson to come downfield. And the Cats smell that end zone going into the south breeze. They'll follow that big line. Snap back. Jeffers hit at the line and in. Up for the touchdown. The Wildcats end with the first score of the night. Connor Jeffers carries it in from 2 yards out. And the Wildcats are on the board here in the early going. Just underway at Burlington High. They'll set it up for the 2-point conversion. 3 yards out. And bringing the play in from the sideline is Cale Johnson. Cats have not attempted a place kick yet for extra point. They said we can run it all the way in. Let's go for 2. Set and the snap back to Jeffers. Follows that line, finds a gap, and he dances into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And the Wildcats go on top 8-0 here on their first possession with 8:28 remaining in the quarter. We're going to take it back to the station for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with Wildcat football on the Dog.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Well, welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. And that scoring drive recap brought to you by Dr. Rick Smith at Gridley. The dentistry in Gridley called Dr. Rick. It was an 8-play, 80-yard drive for the Cats. A big 53-yard run by Cale Johnson was the big play of the drive for the Cats. And Connor Jeffers runs it in from 2 yards out for the first score. The extra point was good. And the Wildcats lead it 8-0. With the kickoff, it's brought to you by Alpha Roofing, Colin Sleezer, right here in Burlington. They're located at 213 North 3rd. We do more than roofing. Just call Colin. Return that kickoff by Prairie View out to the 50-yard line. It was a short kick into that wind, and Prairie View will start with good field position. Getting the chain set on the far sideline. Prairie View sends their quarterback under center. 2 men in the backfield, turns, hands off on the right-hand side. Got to the outside, and the defense pursues a short gain of 4 yards. There, number 21, Colton Rice with the first carry of the night.
Watching Prairie View lineup, looks like they're spread clear out, even though they're not that wide. Burlington's lineup the whole first drive was you could have fit them all in the phone booth. They were tight, and they were pushing it right down their throats going down the field.
It's going to be a different look from each side of the ball here. Quarterback Scott goes under center, and it looks like maybe the defense jumped there.
First flag of the game.
And it will be a encroachment penalty on the Wildcats as they jump across the line on that hard count. They'll advance that ball 4 yards down, bring up a second down and 1, short yardage for the Buffaloes. Rice in the backfield for Prairie View. Receivers split both the left and right here for the Buffaloes. Turn, hands off to Rice. He's quick into the line, hits the gap, and on over to the 35-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the carry as he is a quick foot right there, getting to that line of scrimmage and finding a little gap, made the 6-yard run.
Johnson grabbed him up quick and slammed him to the ground, even though 21 was much larger than him.
As this drive started on the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 at the 35. Snap, turn, pitch comes to the left wing. Rice trying to turn out. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nice job there by the defense. They didn't have enough bodies out to block in front. And Rice is going to be hit for a 2-yard loss on that carry.
Yeah, the right side corner came in hard on that Jeffers and wrapped him up in the backfield.
Big fullback Joey Ewald, the 6'3", 180-pound senior, sets in the slot on the right-hand side this time. One receiver split way to the right. Back, but they're going to hand off to Rice. He hits across the line of scrimmage, keeps those legs pounding, a 5-yard gain on the carry for Rice. As, again, ground game seems to be their thing also.
Ewald's got a good move right at the line of scrimmage for a white guy. He turns sideways and slides through the grooves there and then opens back up on the other side.
3rd down and 6 for the Buffaloes. Quarterback keeper goes around the right end across the 30-yard line, and he's wrapped up there. Scott with the first carry of the night. He's going to have to look down about a 3-yard gain. They're going to face a 4th and 3.
Good wrap-up by Tegan Hess. I mean, that was a good gator roll on him. He got a hold of him and spun him down.
And it looks like the Buffaloes going to go for it here. Ball placed down at the 28-yard line. 4th and 3. Back into shotgun formation. Scott goes to the right. And on a keeper, he cuts it upfield across the 25 into the 20-yard line. It was just a quarterback read. If they came to him, he had a pitch man, but says, I'm taking it with me, a 7-yard gain, and first down for the Buffs.
Burlington was a little over-aggressive there. They was overplaying the pitch and left the inside for the quarterback to easily pick up the first down on that.
1st and 10 from the 19. Wildcats lead it here 8-0 in the first quarter of action. Snap back and a little shuffle pass forward. They had a man coming from the right wing, and Scott just gave him that little forward shuffle pass. Number 8 with the reception. That's Chance Gerdeman. There's a name we haven't seen yet, a sophomore for the Buffaloes, but good for a 6-yard carry. First pass of the night. 2nd down and 4. Under center, Scott gets the ball handed off, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. He just barely got rid of that ball to the fullback, number 15, Joey Ewald. And Ewald rumbles down inside the 5-yard line. Well, they're going to place it right at the 5 for Ewald's first carry, a 10-yard romp, and 1st and goal for the Buffs.
They were lucky to get that off because Jacob Jasper came blitzing through the line and was there at the handoff, but unfortunately not quite in time to stop the handoff.
4:26 remaining in the first quarter. Scott under center, turns, hands off to right, comes to the left side, and he's in for the touchdown. A 5-yard scamper off the left wing as Rice goes in and puts the Buffaloes on the board for their first score of the night. We may have a track meet here tonight for us, Richard.
It's shaping up that way. I was surprised that Buffalo's didn't pass with the wind at their back. I understood why Burlington didn't. It's a pretty substantial wind coming across the field tonight.
Sure is. Rice with that 5-yard run gets them into pay dirt, and they'll set up for the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers split wide to the right, and a flag thrown in the backfield before play ever gets underway. Whether somebody, could they have too many men on the field? Well, we've got a timeout call. Maybe they got a timeout called before the flag. I don't know if there's a delay of game before an extra point. Maybe that's what they felt the clock was running down and they needed to get that timeout called. But we are going to keep it right here as we are in the first quarter of play. Lots of action. Wildcats going 80 yards on their first score, and the Buffaloes turning right around. A 50-yard drive for them to get in after a 5-yard run from Colton Rice. Takes it in. He had 20 yards on that drive to get the Buffaloes in pay dirt tonight. Again, Buffaloes come in riding a 2-game win streak to start off the season with Prairie View opponents. They took Anderson County in the first game of the season, 39-14, and backed that up last week with a 21-0 win over Iowa, opponents that the Wildcats will see later on in district play this year. Now we're ready for the 2-point conversion. Scott back in the shotgun, looks to the right, cuts it up the middle. Oh, loose, it's knocked out. Get across before the score. He didn't have possession when he got. Did we have a signal?
Yeah, near side official line judge signaled the cross.
Okay, he was over, so that ties the score 8-all with an exciting 2-point conversion. We'll take it back to the station, all tied here at Burlington High. We're back in a minute.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
We're back with Wildcat football on the Dog, and the scoring drive recap brought to you by Dr. Rick Smith, EDS in Gridley. Prairie View Buffaloes come back with a 50-yard drive. Takes them 9 plays to go downfield in 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run by Rice. They go for the 2-point conversion, and we're tied 8-8 on the kickoff. Tucker Withers returns it out to the 21-yard line here. And now the officials are like they're
messing with the clock.
Looking at the clock down on the north end there. Wanting to make sure that they've got that.
I don't think we've got 40 minutes left.
White Hat turns around and winds it, says, let's get underway, and the Wildcats will start it. Only a 79-yard field this time for their drive as they started on the 20 last time. In the backfield, Jeffers takes the snap across that 22 out to the 23-yard line, cuts it back up on the left side for a 2-yard gain for Connor Jeffers. 16 yards on the night for Connor Jeffers, as that wingback offense, anybody, anytime can take the snap and be on the go.
Burleson's definitely staying with the tight running game, and it's working for him. Keep going to it till it quits.
Snap back, handoff in the backfield, out to the outside, turns it upfield, but hit hard just across the 25-yard line. Late whistle going down. Nobody wanted to give up on the play.
Yeah, Rice got him that time. Rice was the one doing the tackling, and he met him and stopped him right there in his tracks. He's much larger than our running backs.
Gain of 3 on the carry. We'll see the Cats facing a 3rd down and 5. Cody Collins goes over center for the Wildcats. Big lineman all line to the left-hand side. They'll sweep it that way. Jeffers looking for a gap in there, cuts it back in, but he's hit hard just across the line of scrimmage. Could not find the gap going back against the grain, and a gain of 2 for Jeffers. Cats will be facing their first 4th down of the night. They'll be facing a strong south wind. The flag's on the top of the goalpost in the south end. 4th down and a long 3 here for the Wildcats.
They appear to be going for it.
They'll set in the close formation. Snap back, and Cale Johnson slips as he tries to turn it back upfield. It looks like maybe the ball got loose, but either way, couldn't make the gain of possession, and the Cats will turn it over on downs here with 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter of play. Cale Johnson had that big 53-yard scamper on the first possession, but on that flanker reverse, could not get his wheels up, and it's Prairie View football on the 29.
They seem to have been stacked up for the play anyway, so it would have been a difficult game.
And again, stoppage of play. They're looking at the scoreboard again. Whether they have some confusion with that clock, as Coach Petrie goes out to talk it over with the official. Puts the headset on, see if he can communicate upstairs with the official timekeeper. Also, I think Coach Gilman is located up above here if Coach Petrie needs to talk to him to get a message over to the scoreboard group. Evidently, that's taken care of. Everybody back in position. And we'll be underway again. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. They'll start at the 29-yard line on this possession. Scott under center, back to pass. Looks down the left-hand side, lobs it high in the air. Broken up. Good defensive positioning back that time for the Wildcats. Did you see who broke that one up? Was that Cale Johnson?
It was Brandon Norstead was back in defense.
Brandon, that's right. He's on the near side. Cale was on the far side. Had good body position on the inside there to break up that pass at the goal line.
He even got his hands on it. It was nearly intercepted, but very good defensive position to keep the other player from receiving it. That's the first pass play from either team in this game.
They had that little shuffle forward pass in the backfield. Yeah, on the drive for Prairie View there. That's kind of a difficult one to tell whether it's a handoff or a shuffle pass with them. Now the officials again come to the sideline to talk with Coach Petrie. There must be some electronic thing happening that we know the troubles of electronics here with our broadcast from time to time, and we hope we're coming clear to you, no matter where you're at tonight, listening on 97.7 The Dog or the internet feed. Go to the website, www.977thedog, and click on the YouTube channel. You can follow the Wildcats near and far on The Dog. second down and 10 for the Buffaloes. Scott goes under center with receivers split both left and right. Back to pass. Buddy goes to the right-hand side. Quick turn upfield. Gets a 3-yard gain on the carry that time as Wildcat defense rushed quickly up the middle and forced him to the outside, and he gets they're going to mark him a 4-yard gain on the carry for Justin Scott and brings up third down and 6 for the Buffs. Garrison Fiedler coming in for the defensive end position, but that's the end of the first quarter of action as we go back to the station tied 8-8, Buffaloes and the Wildcats. We're back in 1 minute.
Now's a great time to get excited about getting a new Samsung Galaxy S8.
Why?
Because US Cellular has it for just $15 a month.
Yay!
Yup, just $15.
Woo! Okay, I'm done.
All with a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Credit approval, device protection plus, new line ported, and qualifying phone turn-in required. Comes via monthly bill credit of $627 on a 30-month installment plan plus a $100 US Cellular promo card. Additional terms apply.
Life Care Center of Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, a specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg. And we got a little misinformation there, thinking it was the end of the first quarter. But with the confusion with the clock, we found out it was a timeout on the field with 1:52 remaining in the first quarter of play. Buffaloes will be facing a third down and 6 with the wind at their back from the 26-yard line. As both teams talking it over with their coaching staff. Wildcats back on the field, ready to make a stand here against this Buffalo second possession of the night. Scott will take him under center. Big fullback Joey Ewald in the backfield for the Buffaloes. And lots of movement there, both sides. Defense and offense were both moving here. Let's see what the officials roll out.
Wildcats.
And it's against the Wildcats. The encroachment penalty occurred first, so that mark off down to the 21-yard line. That's going to make it a third down and 2 for the Buffaloes.
Like all good defenders, when one jumped, everybody started pointing.
And they did. There were lots of fingers to go around there. Scott sends 2 wide receivers to the left-hand side under center. Snap back, hands off to Rice on the quick hit. He's across the 20, 15-yard line and brought down. First down yardage for the Buffaloes with a 8-yard gain by Colton Ross. But moving the chains down to the, where we at, 13-yard line, it appears. Again, their second drive started it after the Wildcats turned it over on downs, and they move it forward on the ground. Scott under center, keeps it himself on the quarterback keeper straight ahead. He's inside the 10. He's going to have about a 5-yard gain on the carry for Scott. 20 yards on the night for the quarterback. They'll keep this drive alive, moving to the north end. As the clock ticks inside 40 seconds here, they'll get off one more play before the end of this quarter. Rice in deep back for the Buffaloes, 2 receivers on the left wing. Scott turns hands off to Rice. He tries the left side of that line. Holding on strong, and I don't know if he got down first down yardage. Yeah, I think he's outside of the 5. Yeah, he was stopped at the 6-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
That was Hunter Boone that time. They put in a new running back.
Said Hunter?
Hunter Boone.
Hunter Boone, number 22. That brings us to the end of the first quarter now with Burlington Wildcats and the Prairie View Buffaloes all tied 8-8, and we'll be back on the Dog.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. We're getting ready for second quarter action. The Buffaloes, 3rd and 3. They're on the 7-yard line. Pitch back on the right side. Hunter Boone with the carry. He goes in for the score. A 7-yard run to the right-hand side as Boone's second carry of the night for the sophomore puts him in for the touchdown. And the Buffaloes go on top. 14-8 now as they'll set for the extra point. They scored on the first extra point conversion. Flying over the top of the defense. The ball got knocked loose, but he had entered the end zone. Scott goes under center, keeps it himself, rolling to the right. Pressure in the back. Gets rid of the pass, and it falls incomplete in the end zone. He was scrambling as he went to the sideline there. Good pressure by the Wildcat defense. He had to give it up, and the ball falls incomplete. And that will be a 6-point drive for the Buffaloes. And we'll go back quickly to the station for another 1-minute timeout.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop by Hoover's Thriftway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington. This week, Casey's strip steak, $6.99 a pound. And fresh boneless beef chuck roast, $3.99 a pound. And fresh bone-in pork butt roast at $1.49 a pound. And fresh red or green seedless grapes at $1.49 a pound. 10-pound bag of Best Choice russet potatoes, $2.99. Hoover's Thriftway, 314 Cross Street in Burlington. Sale ends September 19th.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog here tonight. And that scoring drive takes the Buffaloes in on a 6-play, 30-yard drive. They use 2 minutes of the clock. And on the first play of the second quarter, Hunter Boone goes in from 7 yards out on the run to score. Extra point pass attempt fails, and the Buffaloes lead it 14-8. Wildcats return that kickoff out to the 38-yard line here. Well, they'll take over this time with the wind at their back. Jeffers on the snapback goes to the right-hand side. Turned in across the 40. He goes, keeps those legs burning, and it gets it out to the 44-yard line. A good 6-yard gain for Connor Jeffers.
And they had him at a yard behind the line, and he kept his knees driving, and he was able to pick up the extra yardage. It was a good run on his part.
Ball placed down in the center of the field right there at the 44. Second down and 5. Lloyd straight ahead on a power drive that time. Teague and Hess takes it out across the 50-yard line to the 48. First down for the Wildcats.
Tegan's got good speed, and he hit that hole hard.
He was at top speed as soon as he got that ball. And the blockers up front made it easy for him to find that gap. First and 10, Wildcats on the drive. Snap back, goes to the left-hand side this time. Hit in the middle of the line, but no gap. We're going to get a 2-yard gain out of that carry this time for Connor. As the defense, they've got some big old boys right across that front line, those big Buffaloes, aren't they, Rich?
Yes, they do. I think they got size on us a little bit in quite a few positions, but we seem to be scrapping with them quite well. I expected we might get a reverse here pretty quick as Buffalo's over pursuing on the inside.
Second and 8. Snap back, and it is a reverse to Johnson from the flanker out across the 45. Keeps pulling. Down he goes at the 42-yard line on the carry for Cale Johnson. A gain of 3 on that carry. And the Wildcats will face a third down and 4.
It looked a lot better on this position than the last one. Seemed to be moving people around on the line so they could get something break free. I wouldn't be surprised to see something bust out here in the next couple of plays.
Fiedler in the slot on the right-hand side. Quick snap, they'll go up the middle, but hit hard and driven back by that defensive line. The blockers went through, but the defenders just sidestepped them, and they were waiting for Connor Jeffers.
Big old Boone was there waiting on him, put the bear hug on him.
It was no gain for Connor on the carry. And the Cats again will face a fourth down. 4th and 4, ball at the 42. In the lineup for the Wildcats, number 45, that's Jacob Hawkins, the big 6'2", 220-pound tight end for the Cats up at Wellsville. They hit him with just a straight pattern right down the markers. 20-yard gain was his one completion in that first game of the season. He's a big target for the Cats. Snap back they go. Jeffers looking downfield. Getting behind the defender is Fiedler. Makes the catch. He's down at the 3-yard line. Great job on the defense. Got behind the defenders. Laid out to catch it on his fingertip on the 4th. A 38-yard completion. First pass of the night for the Cats. That's the time to do it right there to keep that drive alive. And they are up on their feet, ready to go into the end zone.
Excellent touch on that pass. Fiedler caught it right at the end of his fingertips. No one could catch it but him.
Back in. Turn and handoff right-hand side. Still fighting forward. Short gain on the carry. Didn't get in for the mark. But the Wildcats are second and goal at the 2-yard line. Again, Wildcats knocking on the door here with 8:24 remaining in the second quarter. The Cats trail 14-8, but they want to get into the end zone. Snap back, they'll set Johnson on the sweep. He's caught from behind, can't get to the end zone. A gain of 1. He's down at the 1-yard line now. Wildcats have just got to buck up and move that line forward. Third and goal for the Wildcats. Good crowd here on hand tonight at Wildcat Field. Second home game in a row for the Cats as they started out on the road at Wellsville and returned for 2 home games. First and goal from the 1. Everybody packed in tight.
Got it.
Quick snap. He's in for the TD. Nice job that time by the offensive line on the left-hand side. Good Connor Jeffers with the carry and the score, his second of the night. And the Wildcats tie that game now, 14-14, as they'll get ready for extra point attempt. They'll set it on the near hash mark here. Wide side of the field to the right. To the line of scrimmage. Snap back. Jeffers rolls to the right. Looks for the pass. Into the end zone. And with the reception, Fiedler. Garrison Fiedler with the catch. Big target for Jeffers. And the Wildcats score the extra points. Go on top 16-14. We're going to go back to the station for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with Wildcat football on the Dog.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paints. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for inspiration.
Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, 620-364-5523.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Burlington Wildcats go on top with a 43-yard drive. That drive recap brought to you by Rick Smith, DDS. The big play was a 39-yard pass from Jeffers to Fiedler. Took the Cats down inside the 5, and then Connor Jeffers finishes off with the carry in for the score. 2-point conversion from Jeffers to Fiedler. Put the Wildcats on top 16-14 with 8:40 remaining in the second quarter. And our kickoff sponsor, every time the Wildcats kick off, you can count on our kickoff sponsor, Alpha Roofing. That's Colin Sleezer right here in Burlington at 213 North 3rd. We do more than roofing. Call Colin for all your needs. Buffaloes return the ball out to the 40-yard line on the kickoff. And on the first play from scrimmage, a sweep to the left-hand side. Quarterback keep by Justin Scott. He goes downfield on a 26-yard scamper that rolled out of bounds at the 32 on the far side. Justin Scott had everybody faked with the handoff to the inside, and then he rolls it to the out. They'll be set on the far sideline. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. We're inside 8 minutes to play in the quarter. Under center, Scott turns, hands off to the second man through and hit at the line of scrimmage.
21.
Number 21,
Holden Rice.
Rice was out at the end of that last drive, and the new guy, Hunter Boone, came in and carried the mail, but Rice back in for a 1-yard gain on this carry.
Yeah, it didn't look like much of a drop-off with Boone. He was a physical running back.
As Scott will go under center this time. One-man split wide to the left-hand side. He'll keep it himself. Pops to the outside, gets a block. Down the sideline he goes to the 10-yard line on the carry. Again, a good fake handoff into the line there. That's going to be a 18-yard carry down to the 12-yard line for Justin Scott. And the Buffaloes just keep those yards running here. They got scored on, but answering back on the ground. On the far side, far hash mark, they'll sweep right wing this time. Rice tripped up and rolls forward to the 5-yard line, a gain of 7 on that carry as he took the big pitch coming to the right-hand wing.
Timeout.
And it looks like one of the Buffalo players having a little trouble getting up from the end of that play as...
I think that is 21.
Was that Rice? He was the ball carrier and got flipped in the air on the tackle. Coaching staff going from the far sideline along with our trainers from the near side. Dr. Jeff Sawyer always on hand here for the Burlington Wildcats. He, along with the one of the freshman assistants,
he's on his feet.
They are going to walk him off to the far sideline. He took 3 or 4 steps and then decided maybe I don't want to put any pressure on that ankle. He's going to take a little more leisurely walk off the sideline this time. That gain of 7 yards on the carry will put the Buffaloes in a 2nd and 3 situation. Ball marked down at the 5-yard line.
Prairie View hasn't had more than 2 downs on this whole drive.
They just keep on moving on. They get stuffed up in the line, and then Scott wheels to the outside on a couple of big sweeps. They'll send 2 receivers to the wide side of the field, 2 men in the backfield. Boone back in at the deep back, but Scott's going to keep it himself, reaches for the end zone, but they say he is down before he got into the end zone trying to stretch it, but his knee went down on the tackle. Wildcat defense will have their back against the wall with 1st and goal for the Bucks. They'll set it on the near sideline here with 5 minutes remaining in this first half of action here tonight from Wildcat Field. Scott says 1 receiver wide to the left, 1 near side. Turns, hands off, 2nd man through. Boone still fighting. He didn't want to go down. The officials had blown it dead. I think his forward motion had been stopped, but he probably felt he hadn't gone to the ground. It's going to be another injury on the field here as a Buffalo lineman looks like he's down. Rolled over and laid on his back now to try to catch his wind as they call the coaching staff over again from the far sideline. Breezy night here. We were met with a giant rainbow. A little shower had gone through just before game time. Changed that humidity from 99% to 100. But that breeze has moved out that activity. And I'm sure that the players on the field, as hard as they're working, that's sucking the air right out of them here tonight. Again, giving attention to the player on the field here. Didn't get a number of their player as he is prone there. Now they're going to get him to his feet. One of the big linemen for Prairie View here as they will assist him off of the field. Both teams have gone to the sideline to get caught up with their coaching staffs here. Wildcat defense knows that they've got to perform with their backs to the wall. That was number 50, Johnny Molina. Money that comes off. They'll give him his attention on the sideline. Again, we talked about their numbers a bit thin, only 30 on the roster for Prairie View tonight as they make the trip over from Lynn County. Also from, Tony doesn't live in Lynn County, but he always covers Prairie View. Our old friend Tony Furs stopped by the booth tonight before the ball game. He is a copywriter for the Pleasanton News, covers the Buffaloes the first couple of games of the season. He covered a couple other Lynn County teams, and his chance to come back to his old stomping grounds, Burlington, to write up the report for the Prairie View Buffaloes tonight. They'll return to the field, second down and goal. Ball at the 1-yard line. Scott will go under center for the Buffs. Turn, hands off. Gives it to Boone. And he's in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown score for Hunter Boone. He's kind of liking this. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight in his short appearance. So they go in for the score and regain the lead here, 20-16 over the Wildcats. And they'll set up for a 2-point conversion attempt with 4:50 remaining on the clock in this first half of play. Set the ball on the far hash mark here, but 2 receivers split wide to the right-hand side for the Buffaloes. Scott back in shotgun formation. Ball snapped through his hands. He'll have to chase it as the Wildcats rush in the backfield. He releases the ball. It's caught, but forced out of bounds, and the 2-point conversion attempt goes for naught as the bad snap goes through the hands of the QB, and the Wildcat defense stands. So the Buffaloes with the score go on top 20-16, and we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
That's not heavy metal music. Or the sound of a stray cat fight. It's your car's not so subtle way of saying head to Napa for new brake pads and rotors and get up to a $50 rebate by mail. So don't confuse for anything other than new brakes and $50 back by mail. That's Napa Know-How. Napa Know-How. Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires May 31st, 2017.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg. That scoring recap brought to you by Dr. Rick Smith, DDS from Gridley. Stop by and give Rick a big smile. He'll give you a big Chinese smile also. Prairie View, a 7-play rushing drive, took 2 minutes. And Hunter Boone goes in for the score, but the extra point was no good as the ball was snapped through the hands of the quarterback, had to chase it down, and the Wildcat defense rattled that play. And the Buffaloes have a 20-16 lead. On the kickoff, the Wildcats return it out to the 30-yard line. And first play of scrimmage, a 1-yard carry for Jeffers. Finds them facing a second down and 9. On the near side, or near hash mark here for the Wildcats. Snap back now on the reverse. There goes Johnson. He couldn't get to the outside as the defensive end got the advantage. Throws for a loss of 4 on the carry by Cale Johnson. Cale did not get to the outside on that reverse carry for the Cats. So they're going to be facing long yardage, 3rd down and 4. On the far hash mark, Jeffers back to pass, looks over the middle, finds an open receiver, intercepted. And was it intercepted?
Yes.
By the Buffaloes at the 35-yard line. Boone again, he's having a big night for the sophomore. A couple of touchdowns and an interception right there. And they've got it back in hand with just under 4 minutes to play here in this first half of action tonight at Burlington. That interception stopping the Wildcats' chance at a drive here before the half. The defense on the field again will have to stand tall. Scott goes under center this time. Turns, hands off to the big back up the middle. They spread it out to the right. He escapes and thrown down in the backfield. Finally out of bounds. Number 21 back on the field is Colton Rice. He looked like a pinball getting bounced around, trying to go forward, and every Wildcat taking a whack at him. Finally thrown out at the 40-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 6 on that carry.
Yeah, the Wildcats kept trying to sling him to the ground instead of wrapping him up. And fortunately, they kept throwing him back another yard each time he bounced off of it.
He bounced back, and somebody else would get a chance at him, but nearly broke away. They'll hand off right up the middle, this time to Ewert. Big number 14, Joey Ewald, carries ahead for a 40-yard gain up to the 36. And again, facing long yardage, 3rd down and 12 for the Buffaloes. Ball placed down at the 36-yard line. Buffaloes leading 20-16 here as we approach the end of our first half of play tonight here at Burlington Field. Scott under center. Pulls it back to himself, and he's wrapped up. Wildcat defense got through. He tried to put it into the belly of the first man through and pulled it back. He had nowhere to go. Sacked for a loss of 2 on the play.
Good finish on by Kevin Burke. He come in there and finished that tackle off with authority for a loss.
They'll face a 4th and 15 now with the ball placed down at the 38-yard line. They'll be going into the wind. I'm sure they send a man back. That's Ewert in punt formation. And Wildcats send one man back in return, but never trust what appears. Ewald with a kick down in the far corner, and it is down at the 15-yard line. A safe pooch punt downfield to put the Cats back on the 15, where they'll take over with 1:45 remaining in this first half of play. Burlington High School band approaching the field from the south end zone as they'll be on the field at the half to perform. But we've still got 1:45 left in this first half of play. The Wildcats going to take a couple of explosive plays here, whether they go to the air or stay on the ground. This one will be up the middle, trying to get it to the outside, but taken down, and a flag at the end of the play. Don't know if there was a little extracurricular after the end of that play. It's going to be a gain of 5 on the carry for the Wildcats, but a personal foul against Burlington at the end of the play will negate any gain. We'll have to see how far that's going to be marked down. It would be from the spot of the foul. Talking that over with the Prairie View captains. And the official white hat giving us a signal here. As, well, I think it was a personal foul look, and they're going to mark it back to the 10-yard line. Put the Cats in a 2nd down and 15 situation. Wide receivers, 2 to the left side, 1 to the right. Also a man in the slot as Jeffers in the backfield. Tucker Whitworth alongside. Officials giving the explanation to the sideline personnel. Now they'll wind the clock, and we're ready to get underway. Jeffers with the snap back, looks over the center, goes right-hand side, completed on the side. First down. Ball forward. Is that Nordstadt with the... No, Cale Johnson was on the outside. He come from his slot position. A 15-yard completion is first down Cats. Nice job that time by Cale to hold on to the catch. Sweep to the right-hand wing this time.
Ball on the ground.
And the official says that fumble goes back over to Prairie View. Hit the ground, and the fumble goes away from the Wildcats. That bit them last week in the first quarter. And here, as they tried to mount an attack before the end of the half, the Wildcats fumble that ball away, and it goes to Prairie View at the 30-yard line. And the Wildcats call a timeout. They want to talk this over and get their defense set with a minute 20 left before the halftime break. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout also for a word from our sponsors.
We're kicking off the football season at Burlington Auto Supply with a full field of savings on your fall tune-ups. Autolite spark plugs at $1.99 and Wix filters at $2.95 will get your vehicles ready to hit the road as you follow the Cats to all their home and road games. Stop by for our Saturday specials following each Wildcat victory at Burlington Auto Supply, your bumper-to-bumper parts store on Neosho Street in Burlington. Let's go, Cats! Ready to go?
Almost. I just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? Thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
A My Town media station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock. KSMP 97.7 Burlington.
The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station. 97.7 The Dawg.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Touchdown.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg. And first play from scrimmage after that turnover. Almost sacked in the backfield. Justin Scott gets off a 25-yard connection downfield to Hunter Boone, and he's rolled out of bounds at the 2-yard line on that completion. The Buffaloes will go back to the center of the field. I guess they're going to place it at the right hash mark here after going out of bounds on the near side. Set under center. Scott with the snap goes left. Keep fighting, keep going. He's in. A touchdown for Justin Scott on the 2-yard run. They strike quickly after the Wildcats turn it over on the fumble, and the Buffaloes are in for the point. This time they'll set for a place kick. Ball is down. It's snapped, but it is blocked away by the Wildcats. The extra point, no good. And the Buffaloes extend that lead, a 26-16 margin here, as they had trouble getting it up for the extra point attempt. But scoring after the Wildcat fumble, taking advantage of that possession, they go in on a 2-play drive and score before the end of the half. They will kick it off to the Wildcats. We're going to keep it right here. Again, that scoring recap brought to you by Rick Smith. Dennis from Gridley was a quick one, a 2-play drive. And Scott gets his first touchdown carry of the night. And they extend that lead 26-16 before the half. Prairie View will kick off from the 40-yard line here. And the Wildcats need to turn some magic here. Maybe find an open gap on this return for the Cats to go into that locker room with excitement. Ball kicked to the near side. Nordstaff picks it up, reverses field, goes right wing. Now hit keeps on going forward. I don't think it was Nordstaff, though. Once we turned it upfield, Jay Payne. Payne was up in that short spot that Nordstaff was in the last time. He returned the ball out to the 30, 40-yard line for the Wildcats as they've got 44 seconds, short time on the clock. They can make it happen here as they've got Hawkins and Fiedler both in the split position for the Cats. Jeffers back to pass, looks over the center, has time, goes to the right-hand side, going for the reception down the sideline, rolls out of bounds on the far side. Big pass play. Cale Johnson with the reception all the way down to the 22-yard line as the Cats hurry downfield to get set. We've got a timeout. They're going to talk it over on the near sideline. We're going to keep it right here as that big pass play. Jeffers put it in the air. The ball sort of floated, and Cale Johnson ran to the ball, made the catch, evaded one tackler, and brought down at the 22 on that reception for the Wildcats.
That was a nice 45-yard gain right there. That's got us moved down the field quickly.
Well, add those numbers up quickly here. 3 of 3 on the passing side for Jeffers tonight as he's got 2 completions to Cale Johnson for 60 yards and a 38-yard pass play to Garrison Fiedler, which set up the first score of the night for the Cats.
And 1 interception.
So if the Wildcats can make this drive happen in short time on the clock here before the half, stopped at 35 seconds, they'll place it on the far hash mark, ball at the 22. Same offensive set as that last play with receivers both left, right, and snap back to Jeffers. He'll roll it to the left. Coming across the middle, Hawkins off his hands, falls incomplete. And the clock will stop right there. Hawkins was coming from his outside split position across the middle. And that incompletion will be second down and 10. 27 seconds left on the clock. The Cats trail 26-16 here at home, but they are got a delay here. The officials haven't set it ready for play yet.
Well, the clock ran down.
Oh, now we've got it marked up and ready to go for Jeffers. Snap back, hands off, but hit in the backfield. There's a flag on the far side. A false start on the offense. Is that right?
Yes.
So, or not, they'll move them back 5 yards out to the 26-yard line now for the Wildcats. Nobody fooled on that quick handoff play to the inside, as the defense was into the backfield quickly. Jeffers has 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right side here. Now the officials are talking over something with Garrison Fiedler there. Maybe he's got an equipment situation going on. Well, it's taking care of whatever that was. A quick huddle now for the Cats, and they'll be underway. Fiedler again sets on the right-hand wing for the Wildcats. Snap back, Jeffers looks over the middle, good protection, fires it over the middle inside the 5-yard line with the catch. That's Fiedler with a big catch downfield for the Cats. All the way down to the 3-yard line for the Wildcats, and a timeout on the field with 23 seconds remaining here in the half. Rocket arm into the hands of Fiedler that time as he gets his second reception. And the Wildcats need to get in and get fired up for one more score here before the halftime.
Whitworth knows how to get the ball downfield in a hurry. He's putting a little zip on that.
He did. He gunned her on down the way with him. Good ball game out here on a hot Friday night. Action. Again, the wind still coming from the south with us.
Burlington's out of timeouts now. So they're going to have to pass in the end zone. They have time to do it a few times, so they're good before they have to run it.
23 seconds. Rolling to the right. Passes back into the end zone, but no. Scooped it off of the ground. Fiedler couldn't come up with it as he had slipped down to try to go pick it off the turf, but the official right on top of that play says incomplete pass. 20 seconds remain on the clock here for the Wildcats. They'll face a second down and 10. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Jeffers rolls to the left side. Has the blockers. He's going to run it in. Yes, he does. In for the touchdown. Had the option with receivers in the end zone. And his blockers did a great job coming to the left. A 3-yard touchdown scamper for Connor Jeffers, his third TD of the night. And the Wildcats edge closer back to the Buffaloes here. With that 6-point score, it's 26-22, and a chance to put 2 more on the board with the conversion. Heavy to the right-hand side. Jeffers in the backfield with the snap. He follows the blockers. Straight up they go. Did he get there? Yes, he did on the right-hand side. In for 2. And the Wildcats down by 2 points, 26-24. And we'll be back with the kickoff.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with speed clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oryx vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back. It's a heck of a ball game here tonight. As the Buffaloes went up on a quick strike, the Wildcats answer with one themselves, and they trimmed that lead now. The Buffaloes 26, Wildcats 24. That drive, a big play was the big pass down the middle to Fiedler inside the 5, and then Jeffers runs it in for the score and gets the 2-point conversion to bring it back to a 2-point margin. On the kickoff, that Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Alpha Roofing. Colin Sleazer here in Burlington at 213 North 3rd Street. We can do more than just roofing. Give Colin a call.
Very good kick with a win.
He did. He got underneath of it. Ball floated and went into the end zone. The Buffaloes will play it from the 20-yard line here with 13 seconds left in the half. Looks like they're going to take the snap, kneel down, and the clock will run off to finish this first half of football here tonight at Wildcat Field. Great ball game, and we've got another half to go. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout here, go back and talk about one of our 16 sponsors, a great group of sponsors this year for Wildcat football. When you're in Burlington, stop by and tell them that you listen to Wildcat football on the Dawg and are glad that our local merchants support the Wildcat sports teams. Again, we'll have the
time you locked your keys in the car, or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car. Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now's a great time to get excited about getting a new Samsung Galaxy S8.
Why?
Because US Cellular has it for just $15 a month.
Yay!
Yep, just $15.
Woo! Okay, I'm done.
All with a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Credit approval, device protection plus, new line ported, and qualifying phone turn-in required. Comes via monthly bill credit of $627 on a 30-month installment plan plus a $100 US Cellular promo card. Additional terms apply.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, a specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best production at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back here to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. And we've had a heck of a first half of football as the Prairie View Buffaloes come to town at a 2-0 record. Wildcats 1-1. And here in Pioneer League play at the half, it's Prairie View 26, Wildcats 24. Started out Wildcats with the first score of the night. They take it 80 yards on their first possession. A big 53-yard run from Cale Johnson moved them upfield quickly, and then Connor Jeffers scores from 2 yards out. Two-point conversion puts them up 8-0 with 8:28 left in the first quarter of play. But on Prairie View's first possession, they take it 50 yards and end up in the end zone with the two-point conversion. They tie it 8-8 is where we stand at the end of the first quarter. But opening play of the second quarter, Prairie View puts it in. Hunter Boone from 7 yards out goes in for the score. The extra point pass was no good, and they hold a 6-point lead. Wildcats come back quickly on a 9-play, 42-yard drive. The big play, a 39-yard pass from Connor Jeffers to Garrison Fiedler. And then a 2-yard run into the end zone scores it for the Wildcats. They go back on top 16-14 with 8 minutes to play in the half. Prairie View gets the ball back after an interception, and Hunter Boone goes in from 1 yard out to regain the lead. Their extra point pass attempt fails. They're up 20-16 And the next possession, Wildcats fumble the ball away. Only 2 plays, and Justin Scott goes in from 2 yards out on his carry to extend that lead 26-16 as the extra point attempt failed. Also, Prairie View only 1 of 4 on their extra point attempts here in the first half. Scott went in with a minute 26 remaining in the first half. The Wildcats get it back with a long field, but they go downfield quickly. A big 30-yard pass play from Jeffers to Fiedler again moves the chains, and Jeffers runs it in from 3 yards out with only 14 seconds remaining on the clock. 2-point conversion is good, and the Wildcats narrow it back to a 26-24 margin here, and we sit at the halftime break. Richard, we may need an oxygen tank up here. That got them running and gunning down on the field. They get the ball moving, that's for sure. We got to see lots of action on the stats for tonight. For Prairie View, Rice carried the ball 9 times for 28 yards. Scott, the quarterback, 9 carries for 65 yards. Each of those got touchdowns also along the way. Sophomore Hunter Boone comes in the second quarter, only carried the ball 4 times for 11 yards, but 2 of those were touchdowns for the young quarterback, or running back. The Buffaloes were 2 of 3 in the air for 31 yards, only completing 2 completions there for the Buffaloes. Wildcat numbers look like this. Cale Johnson carried the ball 7 times for 61 yards. One of those, a big 63-yard scamper on that first drive, got the Cats upfield. Connor Jeffers carried the ball a lot, 12 times for 32 yards. Not up to the numbers that we've seen him in the first 2 games, but he takes it in for 3 touchdowns for the Wildcats. Connor also going to the air from the quarterback spot, completes 4 of 6 passes for 118 yards. Cale Johnson hauls in 2 of those for 60, and Garrison Fiedler 2 passes for 58 yards for the Wildcats here tonight on their air production. I think both teams will go back to the locker room, look at the bright spots that they had, and try to accentuate those, adjust a few things that they gave up on the run game. I think we won't see quite so many breakaway runs here in the second half when they come back out. Those kids have got to be getting tired as the second half comes around, but hey, they're young. Where's those old guys out? But them young guys, they can keep going. And talking about young guys, we've got some seniors out there on the field who are going to be calling it quits after this season. They've been with the program 4 years, and we like to let people know all about our senior spotlight. Richard, tell us who we got tonight.
Oh, we got 2 of them tonight. The first one will be Tate Petrie. The name might sound a little familiar. He's the son of John and Tammy Petrie, the coach's son. And his nickname is Tater Salad. He wears number 59 on his jersey. He's a 6 foot 1.5 inch tall and 240 pounds. That's a pretty good sized lad. He plays guard on offense and tackle on defense. His favorite football memory is bus breaking down all the way to Marion. There's got to be a backstory on that he's not explained upon. There we go. Burlington High School football player he learned the most from, he said Connor Jeffers. And his favorite pro player was Jordy Nelson from the Packers. There we go. Our nice Kansas lad. Our second senior spotlight is on Cody Collins, and his nickname is Catfish. Catfish Collins, son of Kerry and Steve Collins. He wears number 71. We have a place on there for grades, which usually indicates what grade you're in, 12th grade, senior, but he's got A+. So, there you go. He's 6'3", 235. He's a center on offense, and he's nose tackle on defense. So we've definitely seen some of the effects of his work tonight. His best football memory is beating Wellsville last week. He learned the most from past Burlington player was Levi Ish. Favorite college team was K-State. His favorite pro
been in there, Cody, the center for the Wildcats the last 2 years now. And Tate coming in with head coach John Tate. He was recognized an all-league player in the Pioneer League last year. And he's put on a few pounds in the weight room this last summer. And they've got quite a lineup up front there. Got a score in here from Chris Gilman. He's watching the Waverly Bulldogs and Crest tonight. At the half, it's Waverly up 28-6 over Crest. And he'll keep us informed of those scores as the night goes along. Lots of things happening here at the half. The band down on the field does a fine performance there. Their second performance this season here for the home crowd. They'll have a couple nights off as next week they travel to Opie, take on the Eagles there. There's a lot of connection between the Burlington Wildcats and the Opie Eagles. Rick Smith will be back with us. We know he's looking forward to heading over to Opie again. And the next week it'll be on the road to Osawatomie to take on the Trojans. So 2 home games, then 2 road games for the Wildcats in the next 2 weeks. Also, next weekend, September 23rd, it's going to be the 8th year that Chrome Money Ford has sponsored the Drive One for Your School program, sponsored by the Ford Motor Company. They're having people sign up, come up and take a test drive of one of the new Ford models between 8 o'clock and 3 o'clock, Saturday, September 23rd. Just come on down. It takes about 15 minutes to fill out a little one-page information sheet, take a 10-minute drive in a new Ford, and in 15 minutes you're out of here. And it earns Cave City on top of that game. So we look forward to making that trip over to see the OP Eagles next Friday night. If you can't make it on the road, you know where you can tune into right here at 97.7 The Dog or on the website, www.977thedog, and tune into the YouTube channel as we'll broadcast near and far. Tell your friends and family if they can't be close to home, tune into the Wildcats and follow them wherever you're at. Both teams are back out on the field now as they get warmed up and stretched. The officials also back out to get ready for the second half of action. We're going to take a break and go back to the station. We'll take a 2-minute warning. Timeout for our sponsors of Wildcat Football on the Dog, and we'll be back with second half action from Burlington.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There's a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop by Hoover Stripway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington. This week, Casey strip steak, $6.99 a pound. And fresh boneless beef chuck roast, $3.99 a pound. And fresh bone-in pork butt roast at $1.49 a pound. And fresh red or green seedless grapes at $1.49 a pound. 10-pound bag of Best Choice russet potatoes, $2.99. Hoover Stripway, 314 Cross Street in Burlington. Sale ends September 19th.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paint. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for inspiration.
Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover Stripway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These come in cotton knee-high sports socks. Offer a stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover Stripway, 660-364-5523.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat Football on the Dog as we're ready for the kickoff. Wildcats kick to the Buffaloes and returning the ball out to the 35-yard line where Prairie View will take over to begin second half action. First and 10, ball placed down on the 35. Again, Prairie View hesitant to go to the air in that first half of play. We'll see if they want to air it out now. Under center, Scott. Quarterback turns, hands off. Right at the line and pushed back. Wildcat defense was a huge wall right there. And no gain on the play for Colt Price. Kevin Burke and Whitworth was in on that, coming in from the backside as a middle linebacker position. Burke has been in a lot of tackles there in the middle of that line for the Wildcats. They'll send two receivers wide to the left-hand side and a man in the slot to that far side. Keyword in the backfield. Scott looks at his belly, keeps it himself. Flips the tackle across the 40, up to the 45. Cat had him hit in the backfield, but he escapes from the first contact and forward for a 10-yard gain. First and 10, Buffalo ball. They had a great opportunity to get him for a loss, but he was able to slide right through the arm tackle and make a first down out of it.
had very good pursuit stringing that play out. We were lucky to be able to get the 3-yard gain on it over the secondary.
On the far hash mark. Snap back, though. Look right up the middle, a quick hit. Across the 45-yard line. That time, Jeffers rolls out. Up to the 43-yard line, a gain of 10. First and 10 Wildcats. No 10 yards on the face mask. They're moving it all the way down inside the 15-yard line to the 13-yard line. First down, Wildcats. As they keep this drive moving on, a chance to get in and take the lead back. Here with 5:04 remaining in the third quarter tonight. They're trailing 26-24. Cutter on the move. Johnson on the sweep. Takes it back inside the corner again. To the 5. In for the touchdown. And a horse collar tackle. That's going to be marked off. A touchdown. Not for Johnson. But that's Jasper. Oh, they killed Jasper. He was in the slot and came around the corner. And he was going for downtown. He's one excited young man after scoring his first touchdown of the season. Got into the end zone. The defender grabs him around the shoulder pads inside the collar and dragged him to the ground. The official right on top of that. That penalty will be marked off on the kickoff. But Jeffers was not to be denied, or Jasper was not to be denied as he goes in for the score. And the Wildcats break on top, 30-26. They'll have a 2-point conversion is out of bounds, and that ends the third quarter. The Wildcats in possession and in the lead, 32-26 over the Buffaloes of Prairie View. We'll go back to the station and take this 1-minute timeout and return on the Dog.
good job. I think Fiedler is the one over there trying to help him. And they
Could
may
have
have
been
got him.
the defender may have turned his back to Fiedler. in that position. He may have had some blocking opportunity, but the thing the official saw was him on the backside.
Yeah, how it finished, not how it started.
Right. But they're sure talking it over in the far side. It's not a cut-and-dried decision until the white hat now moves over to the center of the field. He'll give the stadium announcer an official signal. Personal foul on the Wildcats. So if that was occurred at the 10-yard line, that's where the mark-off will come from. We'll have to see where they start from. A little confusion even amongst the officiating crowd as one official placed the ball down and then returned to his position. Again, 3 of the officials talking it over there out in the middle of the field. White hat now moving to the center of the field. I think he wants to come over and give a verbal description to head coach John Petrie of what happened on the far sideline away from the home field. They marked the ball back out to the 25-yard line. A personal foul occurring on the 10-yard line would bring it back out to the 25. The down marker on the far sideline shows 3rd down. The Cats would have 3rd and 8 to go. Wiped out a good run effort by Cale Johnson and him getting into the end zone. The officials taking plenty of time to give that description to Coach Petrie. Now the white hat going back to the center of the field where the ball was placed down to make sure they've got the correct mark-off from the spot of the infraction. High school officiating, they earn their money out there on the field. Those guys do an excellent job being out every Friday night administering this game for the young players. People in the stands may be a little confused, and even the announcers up here may be a little confused also. But we're doing our best to bring it on to you to let you know what's happening on the field. As the officials continue to talk it over, the teams are both going to their sideline to take a break. Bringing out the Gatorade to get them refreshed, try to keep them hydrated here on a hot, stuffy night. These young men are working hard out on the field. They were out here at about 15, starting to get warmed up tonight. A little shower came through during that warm-up period. Not enough to get anybody really wet, just feel it in the air. But they've been out there working hard ever since, and they want to play it out to the very end here tonight of this 2017 football season. We did have a final score from the Waverly Crest game. Waverly was victorious with the run rule in the fourth quarter, a 52-6 margin. Waverly gets another victory on their season tonight over Crest. Richard, were there any other scores that came up that we need to pass along here?
The Neodesha Humboldt game. I had it up here a moment ago.
That should be a good matchup between two of the better teams down in Tri-Valley action. An old opponent of the Cats, the Caney Valley Bullpups, they fell to defeat to Opie last week. And Opie being an opponent we'll see next Friday
Humboldt's up in the fourth quarter, 18-7 over Neodesha, the last report that I have.
And on the field now, everybody is back in position. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Cats. Back to pass. Jeffers looks over the middle, hits Hawkins at the 15, into the 10. He keeps rumbling on down to the 7-yard line with the completion for the Burlington Wildcats. A 18-yard completion to Jacob Hawkins, his first reception of the night. Move that chain for first down, Wildcat ball. They'll place it down at the 9-yard line here. First and goal, Wildcats. Jeffers in the backfield. Everybody set in tight on the near side. And sweeps to the left. In for the touchdown. Nice job blocking. As that sweep goes all the way. Tegan Hess with the he took the handoff in the backfield as two men were going to the right. Defense moved that direction. They didn't give a thought that Tegan would have the ball, and he dances into the end zone on the left wing for the TD, and the Wildcats go up 38-26 with a 2-point version to come. 9-yard run in for Tegan Hess. Set for the 2-point conversion, but a flag on the play, a procedure penalty on the Wildcats before the snap. That'll move them back 5, and they'll set the offense for a 2-point conversion here. Set that ball back to the 9 or 8-yard line on the far hash mark for the Wildcats. As the 6-point touchdown puts the Cats up by 12. And a chance here to extend that lead. Set with the offense on the right-hand side. They'll roll it this direction. Looking into the end zone for the pass. Now we're going to tuck and run. And cuts back against the green. Connor Jeffers, looking downfield, didn't have a wide-open receiver, juked his way into the end zone, and Jeffers scores the 2 points for the Wildcats. And now the scoreboard reads 40-26, Wildcats up, as we go back to the station for our 1-minute timeout.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Queen washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football. With the kickoff, we have a flag on the play. It's laying at the line of scrimmage where the kick came from. One of the Wildcats may have been over the line as the kick was pooched there, and they'll bring it back a 5-yard mark off and re-kick. That scoring drive brought to you by Rick Smith, dentist in Gridley. Stop by and see Rick and bring him your smiles. Wildcats recovered a fumble. They go 41 yards in 2 minutes and 12 seconds, 7 plays. Jacob Hawkins catches a big 15-yard pass to keep that drive alive. And then Tegan Hess runs it in from 9 yards out. The Cats convert on the 2-point conversion, a run by Jeffers, and they extend that lead now, 40-26, here with 9:29 remaining in the contest. Kick taken down at the 30-yard line, returned up the middle across the 40, out to the 47-yard line for Prairie View, where they will take over. Approaching 9 minutes remaining in the contest, they're down by 14. Wildcats have come out and got 2 scores in the second half. They trailed 26-24 at the halftime break, but have garnered 2 drives downfield and put it in for the scores. Prairie View not on the board, but a good team coming off of 2 victories in Pioneer League action. They look to go on the road and see if they can put those scores back up. Scott spins to the right-hand side across the 50, 45, 40, rolled out of bounds on the far side. It's going to be a 13-yard carry for a first down on the first play from scrimmage for the Buffaloes.
Good pursuit by Tucker Whitworth to get him out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down. I think he came from the opposite side of the field on backside pursuit.
Scott with 85 yards on the ground tonight for Prairie View. He'll set in the shotgun formation, has 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right now. He'll just take the snap and run right. Patient to follow his blockers, gets out across the 35-yard line. Trying to spread that defense out with all the different receivers out. Gives him options for his run. He gets it out to the 35-yard line, a gain of 6 on that carry for Justin Scott. And second down, 4 to go for the Buffs. Patient on the offensive set here. Again, they've got that stretch formation. Back to pass. This time looks to the right. Feeds it over the head of the intended receiver down the right sideline as the Wildcats had good defensive coverage on the back coming out on the right wing. When Scott stepped back to pass, he first looked to the left where he had 3 receivers available, then shifted his view to the right-hand side as he guns it downfield, but over the intended receiver. Brings up second down and 4 now for the, well, it's going to be third down and 4. First to run and then incomplete pass. In shotgun formation. Snap back and Scott will take the run. Comes to the left side out to the 30-yard line where he's brought down. Enough for a first down gain. Again, a 7-yard carry for Justin Scott for the Buffaloes.
Jeffers brought him down, but not until he gets first down. Having updated on some scores here, the Neodesha Humboldt game's final is 18-7 Humboldt, and the Caney game's final beating Blue Stem 47-0.
That sounds like the Caney of old that we have seen for years and years. And I'll bet they threw a couple of passes in that game. Scott, back to pass, rolls right, pressure, and he's hit. Release the ball, and catch intercept at the 11-yard line. That ball underthrown as he was under big, big pressure and hit as he releases the ball. Jaden Payne back with defensive assignment in the backfield. He picks that pass, and the turnover goes to the Wildcats. Nice job, Jaden, as he's got his second interception of the season.
14-yard line.
He intercepts at the 14, and the Wildcats will take over with a 40-26 lead here inside of 7 minutes to play. Jeffers looks for the snap back. Oh, fumbles the snap. Recovers it now up across the 15, 20, cuts it to the left, looks for a blocker, 25, keeps on his feet and rolls up. Turned a big ear into a rose, didn't he?
Oh, my. I seen something flying in the air, but it must have been somebody's towel because
that was
a nice silk purse out of that sow's ear right there.
He did. Went back about 5 yards after fumbling the ball, picks it out of the air, and upfield for a 12-yard gain on the carry. First down, Wildcats. Ball snaps at the 27. Misdirection, they go to
22.
Jacob Jasper that time came out of his little slot position, could not get to the outside and turn it up. Going to lose a yard on that play. Jasper got his first touchdown there just before the end of he got his touchdown in the third quarter to put the Wildcats on top. But that carry for a loss of 1. Cats face second down and 11 here as the clock continues to roll with 7:27 on the scoreboard. Jeffers set with the snap. Receivers to the right-hand side for the Wildcats. Now snap back. Cats have to cover it up inside the 10-yard line. Snapped between the two men in the backfield. Looked like there was a little confusion on that play from the very beginning. And a loss all the way back to the 9-yard line. The Cats are in deep doo-doo here. They'll face third down and in 28 yards to go.
Sure that wasn't what Coach Petrie had drawn up. They were trying to kill the clock. They was waiting till the officials start counting down on the play clock.
Yeah, killing the clock is one thing, but killing your chances. Snap back, they'll hand it off right up the middle. And with a gap out to the 20-yard line on that carry for the Wildcats. In the backfield, Tegan Hess with the carry. He gets 9 yards on that carry, but not enough on third down. The Wildcats will be put in punt formation here with the ball at the 19. We've got a timeout on the field with the Wildcats leading it 40-26. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
We're back with Burlington Wildcat football here on the Dog. Wildcats in punt formation. One man back to return for the Buffaloes. Got the kick away over the head of the return man, but it takes a pretty few bounce, comes back, and the ball down at the 46-yard line here, where Prairie View will take over with 7 minutes remaining in the contest, and the Wildcats up 40-26 over Prairie View. And I want to send a shout-out to the guys out at Skillman Construction listening in tonight. They sent us text letting us know that they've got us tuned in on the Dog tonight. Everybody around town that can't make it out to the game, tune us in your businesses, in your cars, wherever you listen to the Wildcats. You can find us right here on the Dog. Prairie View quarterback goes under center, rolls to the right, looks downfield with the pass. And another interception by the Cats. Johnson comes up with that. Cale Johnson cuts in front of his defender to pick the pass, and the Wildcats get it back in hand on the 35. Buffaloes under pressure to come score. Wanted to move that ball upfield, but the Wildcat defense, Eagle Eye, get their second interception. And Cale Johnson picks it for the Cats. Nice job, Cale, laying back on the defense. And the Wildcats bring it up. Chance to run some time and some yardage here against the Buffaloes. Man in motion is Johnson, but a flag flies in the air. We may have a procedure penalty that time As the Cats sent one man in motion, somebody else moved at the same time.
So it looked like there was a square dance going on out there. There's too many people moving.
Yeehaw! Turn it on. A 5-yard mark-off will be levied against the Wildcats, moving the ball back to the 31, where they will start 1st and 15.
It still burned some time off the clock, so it wasn't all bad.
I want to remind you to tune in to the high school scoreboard show at 10 o'clock tonight to get up with all the scores of all the games around the area. Snap back they go, and another penalty. Looks like the same procedure, false start. Looks like Jeffers is moving from his set position while a man is in motion from the slot. He's got happy feet back there.
Yes. We haven't officially ran a play yet, but we have ran off 18 seconds.
But we ran off 10 yards going the wrong direction.
True. Very true.
We've been bringing you some football scores, but a pretty exciting score we heard was Kansas City Royals victory tonight, 4-3. Ball on the ground. Who's got it? Everybody jumping for it, and the Buffaloes players seem to think that they've got possession. That fumble goes over to the Buffaloes out at the 33-yard line. They'll mark it down on the 34, where the Buffaloes will take over. They've lost 2 possessions on interceptions, but the Wildcats fumble it back to the Buffaloes here. Again, the Royals break that Cleveland winning streak. I think 22 in a row was the Indian streak. Thought they had them where they wanted them last night. It didn't happen.
Took them to 10 innings and still couldn't get it done.
But they come back tonight and get the win. Congratulations, Kansas City Royals. Snap back to Scott. He looks downfield on the right-hand side, racing toward the end zone, but the ball overthrown. Scott's got an arm on him there. He was at about the 40-yard line, and that pass bounded into the end zone. His intended receiver didn't have the legs to get under it, and they'll bring it back. 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. They'll send those 3 receivers wide to the right-hand side as Scott's in shotgun formation. Back to pass, but no, he tucks it in, goes straight up the center, tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 2 on that carry as he had the defense spread wide left and right.
That was our senior spotlight player, Cody Collins, that tripped him up right there.
Cody Collins got quite a wingspan down there, too. He can, just because you got to the side of him doesn't mean that that long arm can't come out and trip up a leg. He did. A 3-yard gain for Scott. Brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Buffs. Snap back. Scott, quick release out into the flat, but number 22, Boone, could not catch on with that.
Good pass. I think he was trying to turn upfield and run with it before he caught it.
He was. He had plenty of open territory, but 2 incomplete passes here for the Buffaloes, and they're going to face a 4th and 7.
4 minutes, 42 seconds left in the game.
Cats will play man-to-man defense on the wide receivers out here. Just have to play between the man and the ball. Forced out of the pocket. Scott has to come to the left wing, throws it up into the end zone, broken up by the defense, and falls incomplete. Wildcat defense hit Scott as he released the ball. He was pleading with the official, but the official right on top of that play as the Burlington defense in the end zone breaks up the intended pass and turn over the ball on downs to the Wildcats here at the 31-yard line. They'll have a chance to run the clock here with the lead, 40-26 on top of the Buffaloes here tonight on their home field. Getting back on the winning track after dropping a tough game to Santa Fe Trail last week. Under center, snap back, dropped the ball, but coming to the right-hand side, and Jeffers is dropped in the backfield down at the 22-yard line. Wildcats are not playing very efficient ball here in this fourth quarter as we have a timeout on the field with the Wildcats leading 40-26, and we'll be back after this 1-minute break.
Now's a great time to get excited about getting a new Samsung Galaxy S8.
Why?
Because US Cellular has it for just $15 a month.
Yay!
Yup, just $15.
Woo! Okay, I'm done.
All with a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Credit approval, device protection plus, new line ported, and qualifying phone turn-in required. Comes via monthly bill credit of $627 on a 30-month installment plan plus a $100 US Cellular promo card. Additional terms apply.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, a specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football here on the Dawg. 4 minutes remaining in the contest, and the Wildcats with a 40-26 lead over the Prairie View Buffaloes. Wildcats have scored 2 touchdowns in this second half to extend that lead. They trailed by 2 at the half, but they have stymied Prairie View through this entire second half. 3rd down and 13. The Cats sweep to the left-hand side. Cutting back up the middle, gets a block across the 35. Out to down at the 37 is Connor Jeffers. A timeout called by Prairie View here, as the Cats will be facing a 4th and about 5. Get a chance for Prairie View to get the ball back with a little time on their side. We're going to keep it right here. We want to thank all the sponsors of Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg: Alpha Roofing, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, Burlington Auto Supply, Diners Cafe, Central National Bank, Hoover's, First National Bank, Jeff's Towing, Caldwell Auto, Life Care Center, Rick Smith, DDS from Gridley, the Appliance Store, the Prescription Center, Trust Point Insurance, and the U.S. Cellular, all sponsors of Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg. When you're in Burlington, stop by and see any of these fine businesses. Let them know that you listen in to the Wildcats every Friday night. Jim Hills, Rick Smith, and Richard Mahoney will bring you the action right here on the Dawg. And the Dogs are back out on the field, ready for that snap, trying to draw Prairie View offside. It didn't happen, and now Jeffers calls a timeout. That if they could have got him to jump, that would have been first down yardage, because it was 4th and 4. Went with that hard count. 2 of them jumped up but didn't come across the line.
Not far enough, but if we could have jumped at their motion, we might be able to possibly got the call.
Pulled them on, but didn't happen at that time, as a little gamesmanship between coaches here, wanting to see who could make things happen side to side across there. We'll see what the Wildcats can put together. And just got a message in from Rick Smith. Rick's on his way to Oklahoma tonight. They're going to go watch the Sooners take on the Baylor Bears tomorrow. So Richard Mahoney filling in for Rick Smith here on the side tonight with us. We've been feeding him our scores, and he's rooting on the Wildcats from the road tonight. Snap back. Cats will run it to the right-hand side. Jeffers across the 40. Out for first down yardage. He's out to the 44. And they keep the drive alive. Nice job by the Wildcats front line to blast out and get the yardage that Jeffers needs for a first down.
Got a couple scores here, Jim. Fredonia's 28, Erie 8 final.
Okay.
Another final, Northern Heights 50, Gage Center 12.
Northern Heights had a little track meet program, didn't they? Wildcats keep that drive moving. 1st and 10, ball at the 44. Snap back they go. Set Hess, Tegan Hess with the carry straight forward. Tegan a quick runner right off the start. Jeffers hesitates and waits for that gap to open. Tegan just blasts straight ahead on his style of running. It's going to be a 6-yard gain out to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 4.
We're down to about 2.5 minutes. We're getting close to be able to just run the clock out.
Snap back on the sweep is Johnson. Goes to the left-hand side, breaks one tackle out across the 45. He's down to the 44-yard line, coming out of that little slot position. Sweeping to the left side. 1st down yardage for Cale Johnson on the carry for the Cats.
Got a lot of fresh jerseys going in right now. Johnson came out. Brandon George just went in. Hawkins is coming out. I don't think Jeffers is even in there right now.
They'll set on the far hash marks. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Cats. Up the middle. Now splits it to the outside. Nordstadt with the carry. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage there as he was fighting to come to the right wing, but the defense turns him back in. No gain on the carry now. 2nd down and 10, Wildcat football. We're inside the 2-minute mark here as we count it down. The Wildcats with a 40-26 total over the Buffaloes. They just need to keep that clock turning and keep the ball in possession. Had a little trouble with a couple of deep snaps there, but they've kind of corrected that. Quick snap to the up back. Breaks it across the 40-yard line down to the 35. On the carry. Down. Taking Hess again with that carry for the Wildcats. Going to be short of the mark, but an 8-yard gain on the carry. Moves the chains downfield. Finds a 3rd and 2. And the clock keeps on turning.
We're under a minute now, Jim.
Ball on the near hash mark for the Wildcats. Spins to the left-hand side. Hess with the drive. Can he break through? No, after the 25-yard line. Broke a couple of tackles upfield. Good carry for an 11-yard gain.
44 seconds left in the game.
Moving that ball on as the Wildcats get inside the 25 down to the 24. And they will let that clock run. A 14-point lead here as they counted off. The Wildcats and the Buffaloes took it hard out all night long. The Buffaloes got that early lead. And now the Wildcats with the lead. They'll take a snap and kneel down, let the clock run out, and it'll be a Wildcat victory, 40-26 over the Prairie View Buffaloes, and the Wildcats go to 2-1 on the season, as do the Buffaloes here in Pioneer League action. We're going to get our statistics together from tonight's contest, take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll return to wrap up tonight's Wildcat victory. We're back in 3.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best production at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop by Hoover's Thriftway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington. This week, Casey's strip steak, $6.99 a pound. And fresh boneless beef chuck roast, $3.99 a pound. And fresh bone-in pork butt roast, $1.49 a pound. And fresh red or green seedless grapes, $1.49 a pound. 10-pound bag of Best Choice russet potatoes, $2.99. Hoover's Thriftway, 314 Cross Street in Burlington. Sale ends September 19th.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paints. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for inspiration.
Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, 620-364-5523.
We're kicking off the football season at Burlington Auto Supply with a full field of savings on your fall tune-ups. Autolite spark plugs at $1.99 and Wix filters at $2.95 will get your vehicles ready to hit the road as you follow the Cats to all their home and road games. Stop by for our Saturday specials following each Wildcat victory at Burlington Auto Supply, your bumper-to-bumper parts store on Neosho Street in Burlington. Let's go, Cats!
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog, and tonight it's a victory for the Wildcats, 40-26 over the visiting Prairie View Buffaloes. Wildcats started it out on their first possession, an 8-play, 80-yard drive. The big play, a 53-yard run from Cale Johnson, and Connor Jeffers finishes off a 2-yard pull into the end zone. Extra point run good also, and the Cats are up 8-0 on their first possession. Prairie View gets the ball back, and they go 50 yards on their first possession in for a 5-yard run from Colton Rice. They go for 2 also and tie it up 8-8 where we stand at the end of the first quarter. Then that second quarter exploded with 5 touchdowns. Prairie View got the first one on a 2-minute drive, and then go in on the first play of the second quarter, a Hunter Boone 7-yard run, but the extra point fails, and it's a 14-8 margin for the Buffaloes. On the next possession, the Wildcats hit a big 39-yard pass downfield from Jeffers to Fiedler, and Jeffers takes it in on the next play, a 1-yard run. Cats score the extra point also and regain the lead 16-14. Buffaloes come back on a 7-play drive, and Hunter Boone goes in for his second touchdown of the night. The extra point fails, and they regain that lead 20-16. And the Buffaloes, after a turnover, go in to score and extend it to a 10-point margin, 26-16 over the Wildcats with 1:26 left in the half. But the Wildcats don't fold there. They come down quickly. A 30-yard pass play from Jeffers to Fiedler, and then Jeffers runs it in from 3 yards out with 14 seconds remaining on the clock. A 2-point conversion, and we've got a 2-point ball game, 26-24 at the half. Wildcats open up the third quarter, get the only score on a 56-yard drive. Takes 9 plays and nearly 4 minutes to go downfield, finishing off with Jacob Jasper running it in from 13 yards out for his first score of the season. The extra point pass is good, and the Wildcats regain the lead, 32-26 into the fourth quarter. After a recovered fumble, the Wildcats go 41 yards and end up with Tegan Hess running it in from 9 yards out. 9 minutes left in the contest, and the Wildcats' lead is 40-26. Cats picked off 2 passes of the Buffaloes as they tried to force the ball upfield before the end of the contest, and the Wildcats turned them back time and again, and with the ball back in their possession, run out the clock and take the victory here tonight, 40-26 over the Buffaloes. Richard, we talked about an oxygen tank at the end of that first half. They kind of slowed down on the pace in that second half of play, but the Wildcats cranked up the defense and held the Buffaloes out of any more scores in that second half of play.
And I think fatigue did have a factor in it. Those coaches made adjustments, obviously, at the half to what the other team was giving them, but I think fatigue had an element for both teams to slow down, because we're on pace to score 100.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Ready to go?
Almost. We just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? I thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
And welcome back to Burlington Wildcat wrap-up tonight. A victory for the Cats over the Prairie View Buffaloes. And joining us is head coach John Petrie. Congratulations on the contest, the victory tonight over the Buffaloes. A hot night out on the field. It was an endurance battle there in that second half, but your kids came through and worked it and got the win.
Just so proud of our kids. They did a great job tonight. Hard-fought battle again. We knew coming in that Prairie View was big. Had some really good backs. can't say enough about our kids coming back the second half.
That's right. That first half was a track meet out there. Everybody going to town, scoring 5 times in the second quarter. A few adjustments there at the halftime break, and your defense stepped it up. I think maybe the conditioning seeped through there as we saw some of their players, they were struggling in that second half.
Well, that's one thing our seniors, people don't understand. Our seniors have led a lot of our conditioning this year, and they say we want to be the best conditioned team we can be. And they challenge themselves every day at practice to get better at something. And seeing the second half there, endurance came through, kids played well, minimized our mistakes a little bit. On the defensive side, the defense came through big for us.
That's right, picking up a couple of back-to-back interceptions there as Prairie View was trying to amp up the game there in the fourth quarter. They needed to get back in and get scored, but your defense stood the challenge, picked them off a couple of times to get them out of their drive.
Yeah, our secondary has been kind of victimized the last couple of weeks, and they came around this week, and we've been working hard on that part too. Again, give a lot of credit to the kids. They did a great job.
That's a great time for the Wildcats to get a victory here at home. Going to be on the road again here for 2 weeks. Go to Opie next Friday night, and then turn right around and go over to Osawatomie. Back-to-back road trips. But the Wildcats building some momentum, some speed right here, getting that confidence in. They're ready to take on anybody, anywhere, anytime.
That's right. That's one of our mottos. Bring it anytime, anywhere. We don't care if it's the backyard.
That's great. And had a couple of our senior spotlight players today. Your son, Tate, and Cody Collins were our 2 senior spotlights, and they both had great games out on the field.
We talk big about our offensive line. And when they take control of the game, you can tell it because nothing's stopping us then.
There were a number of times where, again, third down and yardage, they just bowed their neck and they said, follow me, we're going as much as we need, and they got it time and time again.
Yep. And that's the attitude they've got, too.
That's the ones to go.
I love those kids. All of them. All of them are great.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming up with us. Wrapping up tonight's game, a long game here. We're almost to the 10 o'clock hour tonight. But the kids, again, don't care how long it takes. As long as they can put it on the line, they're going to go do it. They'll get back in shape and hit practice again on Monday and be ready to go on the road to Opie, and we'll be there right with you again.
Yeah, and again, we want to thank everybody that came out. We appreciate every time. Student section, you look great. We just appreciate every support we can get.
All right, that is head coach John Petrie with us tonight. The Wildcat victory, 40-26 here at home. And we're going to wrap it up, get a report called in to the Kansas High School scoreboard show. You can listen in on that at 10 o'clock. And from scores all around the area, we're glad you tune in to 97.7 and stay with us all season long. I want to thank Richard Mahoney for filling in on the side with us tonight, alongside while Rick Smith is on the road. He'll be back again next week. It'll be a 3-man crew on the way to Opie. Not sure whether we're going to have fried chicken or Diner Cafe. I'm voting for the Diners Cafe. They always know how to take care of us. Always good. They do it for us. So we'll be back with you here on the Dawg. Bobby, we're going to take it back, cue up the scoreboard show, and we'll talk to all our listeners next week right here on the Dawg.
Thanks for listening to Burlington Wildcats football. This season's Wildcat broadcasts are brought to you in part by
Alpha Roofing, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, Burlington Auto Supply, Central National Bank, Diners Cafe, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Caldwell Auto Parts, Hoover Thriftway, Jeff's Towing, Life Care Center of Burlington, Prescription Center, Rick Smith DDS, The Appliance Store, Trust Point Insurance, and U.S. Cellular of Burlington.
Stay tuned. Coming up at 10, get a rundown of area high school football scores from across the state with the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show. Right here on your Flint Hills Classic Rock leader, 97.7, The Dawg.